I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you, and today I'm doing part 2 of our mini baby album. So we've done the front cover and I've cut all my pieces now to go on all the layers for the insert. So we're starting off with a piece of card for the inside. Now I'd run out of the card, so what I've done is use my Coastal Cabana ink to go round my card. So it's 3 1/4 by 6 3/8, 6 3/8, and then I've got a piece of the designer series paper, and this measures 6 2/8 by 3 5/8. So we're just going to assemble those. Hi Victoria, come back for part 2. Lovely to see you, thank you for popping by. So I'm going to glue the DSP to this. I'm a little worried how thin the paper is. I'm not used to Stampin' Up's DSP is very thick, so you don't have to worry. But we didn't do anything that the stamp set like I've got, so with the Disney, so I'm afraid it had to be a Disney one. So I'm going to put that on there, and then we're going to glue the back on. So I have used the shimmer paper. Could have used the Whisper White that I still have. It's now basic white, but I've still got some of the old Whisper White so far. I've not bought any yet. So this is a non-directional paper, which is great, so you can stick it anyway. So I'm just making sure that that goes in there. Right, so that's the internal cover bit done. Right, now we've got 7 pieces that measure, and I'm going to take my blade off at this point because if it messes up and cuts them, I have no more of this. So I've got 7 pieces that measure 6 1/2 by 3 15/16, and we're going to score these. We're going to score these at 1 inch. So we'll score them all at 1 inch, but when we put it together, we have to put it together opposite ways. You'll see what I mean when we've done it. So I'm just going to have to score each one of these. Now it's easier on your trimmer if you use your 1 inch that's on this side. So I'm going to line it up with 1 inch and score down. So I'm just going to do each one of these, position them at 1 inch and then score. 1 inch and score. Because of other preparation work for the album, I didn't have time to do this because, as I say, there is so many pieces to this. With cutting out and making it fancy using the ornamental dies, that takes quite a long time to cut things out like that, and then I've cut the fancy edge bit out as well, so that took quite a lot of preparation to do, and so we've done those. Right, okay, so we've got each one of those now scored, so I'm just going to burnish those now. So burnish each one. Now bear in mind we're going to make this a zigzag, so I'm just going to bring it in. This is going to be a zigzag. So this one will be stuck on here, but obviously we're not going to stick it yet. And then this one will need to go the opposite way because that will come up and then this one fits on it that way. That's it. And so you're going to keep alternating like that. That one will go on there, and we'll do it like that. So it goes each way. And that one goes that way, and we'll do that. There we go. I'm just going to chuck them on and then we'll start. Okay, now because we want to save a bit of time and not wait for glue to dry, and also just in case you're worried about constant turning of pages and your album coming apart, if you use the oh yes, you couldn't watch part 1 and miss the rest. It's on there, and it will be going on to I think it's on my YouTube channel as well, so it should be there now. Right, so that one is going to stick on there, so I'm not going to stick it down as I say, but I'm going to put a couple of pieces of the red tape on it like that. So we've got those on, so that will go on there, and then this one will fit on here. So I need the 2 pieces of red tape going down on this. I bought this by mistake, it being so narrow. Didn't want to get as narrow pieces as these, but with the shops not being open and me seeing it, I mistakenly ordered the wrong one. So that will go on that. This one will go that way. So I'm doing that. How long have you got to go now, Victoria? Because I think you're pretty close, aren't you? There we go. So that one will go that way. So that's that. And then this one will go that way. So it'll need to be on this one. There we go. And so that one's that way, then this one will go that way, so want it on here, and then we'll start to put them together. That's it. So there we go. There we go. It's been very windy today. I've been getting quite blown about, and this one will be on that way, so we'll need that on here. And that there. And when I did the prototype of the album, I used a die that I'd got with a magazine and to make it, and I was bitterly disappointed, to be honest, because I've made plenty of waterfalls in the past, and the piece that you put in to do your pull down was not long enough, so I don't know what they were thinking when they made it. It didn't work for me anyway. So right, so now we're going to take it off again. I'm going to leave the very last one, and we'll start just going through. So I'm just noticing that there's some rough edges, so I'm just, while it's in the flat bit, I'm just going to go over and make sure that there's any rough edges being flattened down. So I'm just going to do that now on all of my sheets so that they're all flat. Make sure that that's it. It doesn't matter if they get muddled up because we'll sort it out as we're doing it. So because of the album being backwards and forwards, you want your edges, you can't get away with the edges not being right. Your edges all need to be right. So we'll just make sure that we've got all those rough edges all smoothed down. Okay. Ooh, exciting! Oh, won't be long then. Won't be long. Did I tell you my daughter, she's expecting end of April. So she's not having our first grandchild. We've got 4 boys so far, and she's having a surprise. So we don't know what the sex of her baby is. So I think she's hoping for a boy. So that'll make us 5 boys. But who knows, until she has it, we won't know. Right, so I'm going to start again from this end bit. So that will go down like that. So this bit here needs to go like that. So I'm going to take off the backing of the tape. And then we want to get the glue. And I'm just going to put this flat for the moment, and then I'm just going to glue between the tape. So right to the edge, onto it there. And then I'm going to just make sure that I've got these completely level. When you're happy that they're completely level, then stick down. There we go. Just press it down. Okay, so that one goes there, that one goes like that, and then we've got this one will go on this way now. So just taking the release tape off, again doing right down to the edge, and then in between my strips of red tape. I'm going to turn it sideways again to match up. So I'm making sure that I've absolutely got those edges buttered up, and then press down. So we've got that going that way, that way, that way, and now this one will stick on this side. Again, glue down the edge. And up there. So I'm going to turn it around again, go right up to the edge, make sure it's right. There we go. So got that coming along nicely, and then this edge. Oops, I'm fighting with the release tape, going down, go down the edge. Oh, thank you. That's okay. So far, so that way. So I've got it like that. So this one on there. This goes all the way down the edge. There we go. Turn it on its side again. Match these up. And put it down. And then the final one, I'll go on the other side. So down the edge. Right. Turn it around and make sure it's, oops, sorry, that's my head banging on the camera. And there we go. Okay, now we should have an equal slight increment that goes on. So I'm just going to position the right one. Let's just that's it, I might not have done that. Right, so I think, let's see, did I do that differently? Oh, that should have been the other way. Right, that should have had tape on the other side. And shall we do it like this? Let's have a look whether that works as well. I think I'm going to do it the other way than I did the other one. Yeah, I'll do it this way. So, although I've put the tear and tape on that side, I'm going to change my mind, and that's going to be a bit of an issue, it is, because my bits that I'm sticking on has all holes in it, so that will be good, because I'm stuck it down the wrong way. Silly me. Right, so I've changed it, so I'm going to have it that way now. Yeah, it come out, and I'll do it to that side, and that will, yeah, so I want it underneath, taking it off underneath, and gonna put my glue. So you can do it either way really. I'll show you because I've done it both ways now. So I'm going to make sure that I've got equal increment between the top and the bottom. So it is almost exactly the size. There's just a little bit. So I've just got my fingers. Oh, sorry, I'm off the camera. Right, what I'm doing is I'm putting it with my finger underneath so that I can see the increment on either side and up and down. So it's virtually nearly exactly the size. So when I pull it open now, it's that way, and it will open this way as well, like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go through and decorate. So the mats that I've got are, as I said, these dies are from the ornamental. They're ornamental dies. They are just so pretty. This is a rectangle, and you can put this open work in it. So this more or less just fits exactly in that bit there. And then I've got the bit that I've got here. and I'm just going to splash a bit of glue on the holes, go down, and then this just fits beautifully in between. So make sure you've got equal increments, top and bottom. There we go. And then we need to open it so that we've got that page. I think it's, let's do it, should we do it that way? I do it that way. So we've got the rabbit going on. So I've got that one, and then turning, so I do it that way. I might do it this way. So then I've got the rabbit, so on there. Hi Patricia, thank you for popping by. Are you well? Just putting it in the holes, going down, and make sure that it's the right way. I'm just going to tip my album, yeah, because this is a directional pattern. Need to make sure this is right. So again, looking for equal increments all the way around. Now I haven't done the smaller pieces yet. I've done the larger pieces. So where's my bunny one? I've matched them all, so I've got the bunny's going to go here. So I am going to get some plain bunny paper so that I'll make the double page match. I'll put this on the little bit here going out there. So, and as I say, this just fits. Okay. Okay. And then open up. Well, actually, I'll do it like that. So I'll have the butterfly one now. Make sure there's not two together. Just stick a little bit going across my holes. And make sure that the butterfly print, because that's directional as well, make sure that that is the correct way as well. And then we want the butterfly fancy bit. Sticking it round the outside. That can go on there. And open up again. And I'm going to have my other thumper. That again is directional. And doesn't this match well? Look at that. I was so thrilled that it matched our coastal cabana. Absolutely perfect. Because normally you can't get that. But I just thought that it coordinated very well with the coastal cabana, that I could get away with using that So that's the thing I really love about Stampin' Up. Everything matches. But when you buy other makes, it doesn't always match. So I was thrilled that this completely matched our coastal cabana. Open that up. Now we've got the last one. Oh, that, have I done one of those? What's that one? No, perhaps not. So let's put, shall we put that one on? Ooh, that one. I'm going to put that one on. Start for the holes. Oops. Because I've got it a bit on a hump now, so put that there. And I'm just going to go back over the other side now. So I've got this side here, but that needs to bend, so we have got to do a narrow one there. So I'm going to put this one, because I've decided on this one was going to go with it, because I thought it went nice with that other one there. So I'm putting some down the holes. And that's it. Now this is going to have the, I haven't got that one, so I'll leave that one for now and go over to this one, and I think I'll stick the flowers on this one. So that can go there. Now I was hoping I'd got time to do the waterfall. I am debating whether I will have time because I have got to teach soon, so and I need to tidy away because this is the table that I use when I'm teaching. So put that on there like that. So what I will do is I will, oops, let's stick a bit of glue on that. I will put all of, that's it. I will put all of these parts that I'm going to do, I will cut those out, and then I will just tell you the sizes of those. So doing it the other way now, so I've just done that one, so it'll be this one. So I needed more than 7 of these, I think, so just tell you in a minute, because I've done it the opposite way to the prototype that I did. Then I might have used more, I'm not sure, but I'll tell you in a minute. There we go, and then there we go, and put that one on there. Okay, so oh, we've I've got that done. We've got that one done, that one done. And so it's just the back, which I will do later on that. So far we've got our inner cover done, and then we have put our pieces ready. So I've done all my fancy pieces, and now I'm just going to put these on. Wonder if I might just have time. Let's go for it. I'll go for my waterfall. Right, so I've got a piece of cardstock that measures 1 7/8 wide, and I've done it by 12 inches, and I've scored it at 2 3/8, 3 1/8, 3 7/8, and 4 5/8. So I've scored that and then bent it into shape. I'm just going to re-go over and burnish this. So this is with sorry, I'll get this right now. I said it wrong. It's the pool party that matches this. It's pool party, not Coastal Cabana. This is Coastal Cabana, so apologies for that. So it's the two that, and they go beautifully together. So I've scored those, making sure that they run really fluidly. I have done this ahead of time. I have used the beautiful postage large stamp from the Snail It Die. Now, it looks square, but it actually isn't. I thought it was square. But I wanted this size square to go in the middle, which is different to my prototype. This is the one that I did with my prototype, and as I say, it wasn't long enough. I ended up having to add pieces on and an arrow, and I was not happy with it at all. So you do prototypes, so you learn by it. Now this is our square, well, it's the stitched shape dies. That's it, stitch shape dies. So you get the squares, the ovals and the circles. And this is the second largest die, and it fits in the postage stamp. But if you look closely, it's not square. I get the edge of the postage stamp going down there, but you don't get it top and bottom. Now I'm not having it the longest way, I'm having it the shortest way when I'm putting it onto my pieces here. So what I'm going to do is just get your you want strong adhesive. I've put in this right up against the fold, so that's going right up against the fold, and then I'll cut that, and then underneath I'm just going to put some glue, just a little bit. So I've like put about 1/4 inch really glue on. That's it. Now the idea will be that this waterfall will have photographs on, so I'm going to make sure that I get this in the middle, goes the can to the middle and right to the top of that fold line, and that, press that there. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat that, so making sure that I've got it the right way. Again, I'm putting it right up to the score line. Now I told you what the score lines was. Yes, I remember now, I did. I just panicked then thinking that I hadn't told you, but I have. And again, I'm just going to put that little bit of glue underneath there. Take off my release tape. And again, just make sure you're getting it in line with the last one you've put down. So make sure that before you press it down that you've got this exactly there, because once you touch it down you won't really have any wiggle room with this tape. So I'm going to press again, and then exactly the same again. Get your tape and put it right up against the score line, and burnish it down. I'm going to lift up the tape first and then just put in some glue underneath there now, like that. And then again, just get it right up to that score line and making sure that you have got it level with your other pieces. So there. And then your final one right up to your score line. So right up to that score line, and there we go. I'm just going to take the release tape off again and just put that underneath. Again, make sure you've got it the right way, and that goes right up to the top of the score line, and making sure that you have got those equal there. Okay. Now I've got a piece that measures 1 inch by 3 5/8. So that just practically goes across there like that. Now I'm just going to test it. So I'll put this underneath here. Now I know this is too long. This will need to come down, so that I'm going to have a little bit of an increment at the top. Sorry, you can't see the top. So I'm going to make sure that it's equal distances between these sides, and about, on my pattern paper, that's about 1/4 inch. I'm then going to position this going across there like that. So I think I'll be happy with that. And then I'm just gonna see if I can be clever enough to hold it gently, and that would waterfall down. Yes, that's going to work. So I'm just going to put that there, move this back down to where I'd got it. So that's about there. Now I'm just going to put a tiny pencil mark so that I can see where I'm going to stick it down. So there's a tiny mark. Make sure that it is level, and put a mark at that side so I can see that now. So with your tear and tape, or I'm using this very strong adhesive, I'm just going to put it right at the very end of it. So you've got it right at the very end, and I'm going to put 2 pieces right at the very end down. And burnish that down. Then I'm going to do the same at the other side. So same at the other side, right at the very end. Okay, and again right at the very end. Okay, so look for my pencil marks now. I'm just going to burnish that down to make sure that's really adhered to my card. I'm not going to bother with any glue because this will be sufficient. Now putting that down, and I'm going to make sure that this is level. So I'm looking to make sure that my marks are there and the card is level with it, and then just really press it down like that. Okay, now you tuck underneath your piece that we know is too long currently, and we're just going to place that where I wanted it in the middle, and I'm just going to again make sure that this is level. I've got it where I want it. So just take your time with that. Then I'm just going to lift this up and I'm just going to mark there and there on it. So I know that I need to put my tape between those two bits. So there, I want to get it right to the edge. So I've got that there. There, so, and I'm just going to put one more bit above that. So I'm going to have two pieces of tape again above that. Okay, just burnish those down well. Right, now before I take those off and mount this properly, I'm going to have a pull on this, so this will be about there. Now what I'm going to do is I'd left this slightly long, so I'm just going to take a slight smidgen off it, not very much, and just check again to see whether it shows. It's still showing a bit, so I'm going to take a little bit more off, but only a fraction. So I'm not taking too much off. I'm just seeing, looking at that. I'm happy with that. Right, now this length now is far too long, so it will stop on that there. So we'll glue it down there. So this doesn't need to be as long as this. So I have marked a little bit, and I'm probably taking off about 1 3/4 now. So I'm just going to cut across at about that 1 3/4. But what I'm going to do is I'm bringing in my tag punch, and I can't remember fully the name of this. Now I'm going on the back because it's not quite as wide as the card. It's less than 2 inches. So to get it even on either side, I put it in and held it up evenly, so you can eyeball that, and then pop it back underneath now, and then later I will just double check again whether that's going to be fine. I can then put some ribbon on that for my pull. So now all I'm going to do is release this backing tape. Oops, I've not burnished it down properly. So if you don't burnish it down, you'll fetch it all up. It would have been better if I'd have fetched the bottom one off first. Oh. On all the rest, they've come off as easy as anything. And now I'm struggling for this bottom bit. There we go. Right, now that, stick a bit of glue in that corner. That's it, just a smidgen there and there. Right, so don't put this down, just get it in position. So we're going to make sure that we pick up that, make sure it's flat to where it should go, and make sure you've got the even distances again. And I'm just going to go up even distances, place down from the top where I'm happy with it, and then come down onto your waterfall. Just burnish it across, and as I say, I will have some ribbon on there, and then that is your waterfall now. So that's how it goes. So that is your waterfall now for inside. So that is number 1 done of your fancy things for inside your album. And then so what I will do before I come back tomorrow to film, I will fill all of my blank spaces in, and I will give you, and the back, and I'll give you the sizes that I did. and tomorrow we will go on to, I've decided to move that pocket, so I'm not putting that. So we will do the small peekaboo, okay, tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much for dropping by and watching me. Really appreciate that you did, and hopefully see you back again tomorrow. Thank you very much, and stay safe, stay well. Bye.